Well, hey crafty friends, it's Hiedi Scott of DiyDreaming, and on this video tutorial we are going to build a dough bowl using this giant succulent that I picked. It's faux. I picked up at Goodwill last week for $1.09. We're going to use some of these miniature little succulents, some rocks from Dollar Tree, some pumpkins from Dollar Tree, this dough bowl that I got, I don't even remember what I spent on it, $6 or something like that at Goodwill. And then I have some kind of surprise elements, and this is something that you can switch in and out. If you can build it in a dough bowl that's any shape, but I personally think this long dough bowl is really cool. Anyways, as you're hopping on, say hello. Let me know that I'm not just standing in my craft room talking to myself. Feel free to sprinkle all that good stuff. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is I am going to dump 2 bags, and these look like this. Let me just pick them up. Let me find my wrappers. I should have done this before I got started. Sorry about that. You didn't need to see my bum bending over the garbage can. These are some rocks, stones, decorative accents. I bought 2 bags of them at Dollar Tree. They were $1.25 each. I have some other bags of rocks. I don't know if you know other crafters who have decorating rocks, but I have multiple. Anyways, we're going to start with this, and I'm just going to fill up the base of my dough bowl, with rocks. I think these give it a really nice natural look. You could use whatever kind of rocks you want. I have big ones. I have small black. I have big black. We're going to use some of these small ones in just a second. So that's the first thing. Okay, the next thing is to plunk your succulent in, although we may be moving it around a little bit. I'm not sure. Let's put it this way so it's facing you guys. Okay, and then I'm going to add some height, something silver that's interesting. And I picked up these little dishes. I don't know what they were originally used for, but they're they sort of have a mercury glass wheel, and they were $1.09 at Goodwill. I'm going to fill these with a little bit of these smaller river rocks. Okay, and then I'm going to add something that's seasonal. Okay, and I just have these hanging out. These are 2. They're not even great. I wish I had something better that was handy that I didn't have to go down in the basement to dig up. Anyways, these are like little burlap pumpkins. And I'm going to put one on either side. Okay. And then I have, let's see, where am I? Okay, I have this little bag of succulents that came from Target. It was $10. And it looked like this. It's Threshold brand. And I bought it after I found this giant succulent because I thought, ooh, now I finally want to do something with succulents again, which I'll show you some past crafts in just a second. And I didn't have, I can't find my Dollar Tree succulents from years ago. So I'm just going to plunk some of these in here and there. There's a couple different styles in this bag. This arrangement does not have to be perfectly symmetrical. Target has the best fillers. Yes, they do, Sweetie's Creations. This is the other style that came in this little really just putting these in here just to give some little pops of green. I may come back and add some more rocks. I don't know. Okay, that might be enough. Okay, then I have some of these little tea lights that have a silver top. I have absolutely no idea where those came from. They were just in my, I have a candle drawer. Do you guys have a candle drawer? Then I thought I would also pop on here some of these little faux moss little stones. You see these? Don't know where those came from either. Just wanting to add some little green here and there. And you know what I'm thinking is I may end up putting this arrangement out on our new back porch on our long table because it will be heavy. It's pretty heavy now that it's filled with all these rocks. I think it would be fine. Okay, the surprise in this arrangement is this. And do you guys know what these are? If you live in the South, and I don't know where else, then you recognize these things and you hate them. I have stepped on these way too many times. I'm sorry, Dixie, if there's an echo. I don't know. I'm having a zillion different Facebook issues right now, so I'm just doing the best I can. Anyways, these are those little gum leaf balls that are so painful to step on. And we have 2 or 3 big gum leaf trees in our back forest and then a couple on the side of the house. And last year, I picked a bunch of these up and I did my usual thing where I put my oven on 160. I put some tin foil on the bottom of the baking sheet and I let these sit in that low temperature oven, 160, for, I don't know, 2 or 3 hours, just to make sure that I wasn't, harboring any critters that were going to come out and invade our basement. They are painful for sure, Jamie. Yes. I've stepped on way too many of them, but they're kind of pretty. So think about this. Next time you see them, if you live in a part of the country where you have gum leaf balls, pick some up, pop them in the oven, cook the critters out of them, and and then, whoops, I just dropped one. Let me get it, and then you can use them in your decor. I don't know, I feel like this is a little bit lopsided. So, anyways, this is, I'm not even going to bother to try to pick this up. This is my arrangement. What do you guys think? And it was all stuff mostly that I had on hand or that was super cost friendly. I did do a few different succulent video tutorials. The first one was like in 2020. And anyway, so I want to show you what I made in those. And then I will get pictures and I'll put those here in these comments. Don't be afraid to try an arrangement with succulents. I could add little pics of greenery. Anyways, okay, so this was one thing I made several years ago with the idea of laying it on the table and putting some kind of an arrangement in the center. And this was just a little square wreath. Those were very inexpensive succulents. This has been hanging out in my flower box for a while. This is another thing that I made, which has been sitting out ever since I made it, which was probably 4 years ago, and it's very dusty. But this is just this little silverish, it's like that mercury glass, a little compote dish that came from Goodwill, and a little silver tray that also came from Goodwill. And I have it sitting next to a stack of books. And I will get pictures of that tonight and put those here in these comments. And then this was an arrangement that I made a zillion years ago. This used to have a candle in it, and it was just too pretty to toss. So I filled it with river rocks and put a succulent and a little bit of moss in the top of it. And then this is not an arrangement, but this was another Goodwill find. And it's not spectacular. It's a little green, but I just tuck it in somewhere in my decor and it gives you a little pop of green. So, and I probably didn't spend more than $1 or $2 for it. Anyways, that is what I wanted to show you today. Let me know if you have ever done a succulent arrangement, and oh my goodness, if you have pictures, I would love to see. So feel free to plunk them here, whether you're watching now live or at some point in the future. Everyone else would probably love to see some other succulent arrangements. Do a this or a this. That's a heart. If you feel like it, sprinkle if you feel like it. Feel free to ask questions. Here's a good question. Where did I get the square wreath? This square wreath came from Goodwill 4 or 5 years ago. And when I bought it, it had all kinds of not great florals tucked in it. And it was just a couple dollars. Or wait, this one might have come from Dollar Tree. I can't remember. Either Dollar Tree or Goodwill. It's not super fancy. It's just a bunch of vines all kind of woven together in a square shape. But anyways, be on the lookout for this kind of stuff too. I love succulents, natural or real, and artificial as well, but I cannot keep live succulents alive. I guess I must be too tempted to water them, and I end up giving them too much water, or I'm not giving them enough, or they're getting too much sunlight or not enough. Anyways, yes, this would make a great door wreath, but I would probably do it on a bigger square because this is kind of petite. This is great on a table with something in the center of it. Anyways, thanks for watching. Come back tomorrow and we'll be doing something completely different, and I will get pictures, so come back here and look in these comments for pictures. Again, just to review, the dough bowl was a Goodwill. These little dishes were Goodwill. The succulent was Goodwill. These little ones were Target. My rocks were Dollar Tree. These pumpkins were Dollar Tree. Don't know where these came from, but they weren't expensive, I'm sure. These little gum leaf ball things were from my yard. And that's pretty much everything that was involved here. All right, where am I going to put it? I'm going to put it out on our long teak table, probably with the lanterns that I did last week, for the time being. And then I may switch it out with something Christmassy, and then switch it out again with something that is springy. That's the goal anyways. Alrighty. Take care, everyone. Have a blessed and wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.